Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace-Side. Welcome to another video. Hey, what did you do today?
I didn't do anything today, but last weekend, if you recall, Patrick posted a deck profile for the case tournament we went to, where he made top 4. I made top 8 at that same tournament, but I'm not releasing my deck profile until now because I'm lazy. Anyway, I made top 8 at the tournament playing Furniture Labyrinth. So let's just jump right in.
Yes.
So 3 Ariana. Previously, I only played 2 of these, but with the Furniture deck, you really want to see as much of your engine as possible, so you really want to max out on these. 3 Lady Labyrinth. This is the bread and butter of the deck. You get this out, you exit your traps, you get your viruses rolling, and you just win. I didn't actually resolve a virus, but that's only because they were trying so hard not to let me do it that I just out-grinded them because they had no cards.
Yeah.
The one Lovely Labyrinth. This is a lot stronger in this version of the deck because you're frequently getting your welcome traps off and not just relying on floodgates. So you can use her pop effects way more often in this build than in, say, the monkey build where you just flip floodgates and win. 3 Stovey, 3 Chandelier. These guys get you to your welcome traps even if you don't necessarily draw them. And they kind of give you that extra benefit for dealing with your opponent's monsters with your traps. This one summons itself back, so it's a little better. But we'll talk about that when we get to the extra deck. Okay. And then the 2 Kuklak. This guy's really funny with Lady because it means you can turn on the traps you set with her the turn they're set.
Oh, nice.
So you can eradicate your opponent even if you don't actually open it. So that's it for the Labyrinth monsters. We don't play the Archfiend. We don't play the other...
No Lord of Heavenly Prison?
Nah, that card's kind of not very good in this build. 3 Ash Blossom. I figured, with the field I expect to be up against, Ash is just good against everything. I figured I wanted at least one of these kind of generic hand traps that just hit a lot of things. 2 Lava Golem. I was a little bitch. I didn't want to main deck 3, but I was like, I want to have something for if I'm forced to go second, and Golem did come up. Nice. In the future, I'd probably play 3 just because, like, if you see this card, like, you really want to see it. And with the Furniture, it actually makes a pretty easy discard fire, so it's not necessarily even a brick.
Okay.
That's it for the monsters. For the spells, we're on the 3 Pot of Extravagance. Most of you probably just cringed at that because you know it's coming in the extra deck. And the 1 field spell. The field spell actually did come up in the tournament because I was up against John of Fluanderies. He activated the field spell. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Goes effect. I chain Welcome Labyrinth, and with the additional effect of the field spell, I popped his map before it could resolve.
Oh, dirty.
And at that point, I just Ashes Robina and killed him. That's it for the spells. Traps, we're on 3 Welcome, 3 Big Welcome. This one is actually a little stronger in this build, again, because you can just summon Lady Lovely from deck and bounce something to get her pop. And this also turns on, like, your Furniture floating and your Ariana draw, which is really funny because you can do that in the battle phase and just get that extra body for free. And then Welcome's just summon from deck, you know, decent effect for a trap card. It sets itself from graveyard, too, which is pretty nice for when your opponent thinks they've outgrinded you. And then they have to embrace the cold reality of death when you just set this from your graveyard and kill the The Fiend Lock from Welcome Labyrinth comes up, but it's not that bad. 3 Impermanence. Another hand trap that just happens to be a normal trap, so it meshes well with the rest of the archetype. It's fine. 2 Dogmatic of Punishment. I wanted at least 2 of these because this is probably the strongest bit of removal in the deck. And just having assets more than 1 is nice, but if you resolve 1 of these and you're still on the board the next turn, you're probably winning. So in the future, I might try 1, but for now, 2's fine. 2 Skill Drain. I'm boarding the 3rd, but I feel like if you flip Skill Drain turn 1, the odds are your opponent might be able to deal with 1 Skill Drain. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm choked into just having beat sticks when I don't necessarily have access to all my traps yet. But if I know I'm up against game 2 and it's like spread or something, you know I'm boarding in the 3rd. Terrace of the Overroot. This card is nasty. You flip this on your opponent and catch them in a weird spot, like against the deck that needs its graveyard. Like against Dinosaur, for example, you can set their risk from their graveyard before they get to activate it, and they just pass. Like, this card is niche, but when it hits really hard. You need to play at least 1 of these. And the 1 D Barrier, it's not good against everything, but you need it just in case you run up against something like Kashtira, or, God forbid, like Pendulum, where you can just flip this up and win the game on the spot.
Oh, see.
And then I do main deck the 1 Eradicator Epidemic Virus.
Oh, the card, guys, the card, everyone.
Yeah. Normally I don't main deck, like, blowouts like Virus, but this deck makes flipping it so easy that there's no reason not to main deck it. It's not like Full Force Virus where the deck might not care. Every deck needs spells and traps. If you flip this, you're probably winning.
You've fallen from grace, Brian.
Yeah, but I played Pendulum, so whose fault do you think that is?
You're playing Super Heavy Samurai.
Then you flip it on their scale.
Well, that's a...
Extra deck, you know we're on Extravagance, so we do have the cursed extra deck here. First off, 3 copies of Chaos Angel.
Rich.
This card is cracked, especially in this deck, because Stovey and any of the big ladies gets you into this.
And it's a fiend, so you don't even care about the lock, right?
Yeah, you don't care about the lock. And what's funny about this is this effect isn't once per turn to banish. So you can link this off into Muckracker here.
And then bring it back.
And then bring it back and get another banish.
Nice.
Muckracker herself was also really nice just because, like, people don't talk about her second effect that lets you tribute a monster to protect your fiends from battle. Which actually came up because I played against Black Wings. They got the tower monster with 3,000 attack, you know? And with this on the board, you can trade Lady with it, but you don't actually lose Lady because you just send this to the graveyard instead.
That's funny.
So I did that to him and out-resource him from there. 2 each of the Tri-Brigade, Link 5, and Garura. Just punishment targets, although this is the one you're sending 100% of the time because this just sends this and it lets you chain block.
Makes sense.
Speaking of punishment targets, we're on 2 Entis. Not much to say there. You don't play 1 because we banish off Extrav. It sucks, but this card is really good. Although usually you want to send this because getting that extra resource, especially in a trap deck, is really important.
Yeah.
And then 2 Dingirsu. It's the only rank 8 in the deck. I didn't feel like there was much room for anything else just because like this is the best one in a vacuum. And the 2 Zeus. Zeus didn't come up, but I just feel like having the option is nice. And if I banish off Extrav, it's not like I'm throwing the game away.
Yeah.
That's it for the extra deck. For the side deck, really quickly, we're on 3 Nibiru, the Primal Being. This card's really funny in this deck specifically because if you have furniture in your hand, you can go Nib Chainlink 1, Furniture Chainlink 2. You send the Nib to the graveyard and your opponent doesn't get anything.
Oh, nice.
I pulled that off against this beautiful Chad right here.
Yeah, that
Was it
interesting.
The mother of dragons.
The Mother of Dragons. Anyway, you need Nib to not get ganked by combo sometimes because if they get enough negates on the board, like it probably doesn't matter if you open a skill drain because they're just gonna fucking negate it. The extra Lava Golem, again, this is probably going in the main deck going forward, but I liked having the 2 and just being able to board in the 3rd if I wanted. Deck Devastation Virus. I liked having the second option for a virus in the extra deck, well, the side deck. I figured if I went against Spread, I could just side this in and probably win off that. 2 Rivalry, 2 Goes in Match. The Rivalry didn't come up much, but if you play against a deck like, I don't know, like Tri-Brigade, it might help. Goes in Match specifically is for Kashtira, because if they go Unicorn into, what is it, Theosis, you flip this and they're probably going to pass. I did this against Salty Anthony. Patrick, please give that back. And he passed on Unicorn and I destroyed him. Although, unfortunately, I lost that match because Solemn Judgment is a really good card. 3 copies of Evenly Matched. You need this card in this deck. It's the best form of just blind second trap destruction. Yeah, there's not much else to say about it. It's evenly matched. Everyone knows its deal. And what's nice about this is that you can board this in with Nibiru because, again, like I said about the furniture, you're not necessarily putting anything on the field. Oh. And then 3 Solemn Judgment. You need this to just not automatically lose to hate. Although, if you're scared about that, you can always just Eradicator them and blow away their Feather Duster before they get to activate it. That's it for the deck profile. Again, just for the future, I'd probably board in the extra Lava Golem and then maybe Mana Compulse, but that's it. Shout out to TGS and Team Bad Cards. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yay! Congratulations.